In this video, I will familiarize you with the new Ailunce, Alliance, whatever, the HA1G GMRS Walkie Talkie radio. And unlike all of those other YouTubers, I will do my very best to keep this video short and to the point, because I understand that you think your time is very valuable, and I really got to take a shit. The price for the new HA1G, henceforth to be known as the HAG1 for short, the price for the HAG1 is $75, and Retevis, who is apparently the manufacturer or owner or whatever of Ailunce, Alliance, however you pronounce it, they did send me this GMRS Walkie Talkie radio at no cost so that I could share it with you. And you can purchase a new HAG1 GMRS Walkie Talkie radio either directly from the Retevis website or from the Amazon. Affiliate link below. However, I feel that it is my duty as a YouTube superstar to inform you that I always recommend to my close acquaintances that instead of purchasing radios from the manufacturer's website, I recommend that they should purchase them from Amazon whenever possible, for one very important reason. And those reasons are because of the excellent customer protections that the Amazon provides when you purchase something from the Amazon. In other words, if there is ever any issue with the radio, Amazon makes it very easy to return and either get a replacement or a full refund of your monies. Oftentimes, usually, this is far more easy and less frustrating than dealing directly with the manufacturer, particularly when that manufacturer is located in China. So proceed accordingly. And just to deconflicate some people that no doubt are already furiously banging their fat Cheetos-stained fingers on their keyboards to leave a comment proclaiming that I am just shilling for Amazon because I get paid every time someone buys a radio from my Amazon link, allow me to just point out that I can get paid almost 3 times more if I were to use the Retevis website affiliate link instead. And yet, I still recommend purchasing through Amazon, even though I get paid less because of the reasons that I just mentioned. So for anyone that is already halfway through typing your scathing comment, just sit back down, wipe off your Cheeto-stained fingers on your shirt, and go ask Mama to make you another Hot Pocket. So when you purchase the HAG1 GMRS Walkie Talkie radio, in the box you will receive a user manual. It is 17 pages long. However, several of those pages are warnings and specifications. It is written in below average Chinglish, but it does do a fair job at going over all of the options of the radio. You will receive a belt clip, sturdy and fashionable. The belt clip attaches to the radio, thusly allowing you to affix the radio to your belt and impress the chicks. You will receive this handsome and stylish wrist strap. I'm sure that's just a manufacturing anomaly. You will receive a charging cradle as well as a charging cable. One end of the cable connects into the charger via the USB-C's connection. The other end connects into this wall outlet charger, thereby allowing you to put more electricities into the battery. Mine also came with this programming cable in the box, which you can see is not the standard K1 type connector because the HA1G is a waterproof radio, so it has no holes. You must use these contact pins instead. However, neither the Retevis website nor the Amazon page for the radio lists a programming cable as being included when you purchase this radio. So either they screwed up somewhere and forgot to list the cable on the web pages, or perhaps I just got special treatment. If you have purchased a HA1G radio already, leave a comment and let everyone know if yours came with a programming cable. And you will receive the Ailunce, I don't know the right way to pronounce it, HA1G, also known as the HA1G GMRS Walkie Talkie radio. The radio has all the knobs and buttons one would expect to find on a GMRS Walkie Talkie radio: power on and off, channel selector, useless alarm button, transmit and receive LED, tactile push-to-talk trigger, 2 programmable function buttons. On the side is a secret door for plugging in either the previously mentioned programming cable or accessories such as a microphone or external speaker. On the back, you will find a USB-C's charging port so that you can charge the radio either directly via a USB-C's cable, or you can use the previously mentioned charging cradle. The battery is very tight because it is a waterproof radio, no doubt. And as you can see, the battery has 2,800 milliamp hours, which is one of the larger batteries in the GMRS world. As you can see, it has a relatively large screen, measuring approximately exactly 1.77 inches in girth. And contrary to what I have seen online, the antenna is very easily removable. There are no screws, no glue, no nothing holding it on. Just untwist it like any other removable antenna. The radio feels very tight and rugged. It does not feel cheap or plasticky or like a toy. And the radio has all of the features one would expect on a GMRS walkie-talkie radio. The radio has 220 programmable channels. It can do tone scanning. It does dual monitoring, meaning that you can listen to 2 channels at the same time. And this option is very easily turned off in the menus if you are prone to confuculation. And in addition to transmitting on GMRS, it can also receive commercial FM radio, as well as VHF frequencies from 136 to 174 MHz and 400 to 480 MHz. And it does receive all NOAA weather channels as well as NOAA weather alerts. But this is not just another Chinese fortune cookie cutter radio. This radio is quite different from most others. First of all, the sexy Chinese lady voice is exciting and new. 1819. She sounds just like Minnie Pearl. And the menu system is very different from most other radios. It is laid out differently and it is very easy to use. And on most menu items, you do not need to take the extra step of confirming a change. You just make the change and it's saved. And the radio allows you to edit channel names directly on the keypad. Many handheld GMRS radios do not allow you to do this. The radio allows you to set the transmit power level and squelch levels independently by channel, and the radio has an adjustable microphone gain, one of the very few radios with an adjustable microphone gain. This means that if you are in a very loud environment, you can turn down the sensitivity of the microphone so that the person you are talking to hears more of your voice and less of the crying babies or screaming girlfriend or whatever is making noise around you. The radio has an IP67 rating, meaning that it is waterproof, or at least very, very water resistant, so you can play with it in the bathtub. As previously mentioned, it has a relatively large color screen that, unlike many other GMRS walkie-talkie radios, actually does fairly well in bright, direct sunlight. And upon close inspection, you may notice that when transmitting, the screen displays the frequency and tone that is in use. The radio supports zones, which I guess is really the same as groups that many radios have. It supports up to 16 zones of 16 channels each. However, I cannot really think of a good use for having zones like this on a radio. If you can think up a good use case for setting up zones, please leave a comment and enlighten us. The radio has a bunch of selectable call tones, meaning that you can choose different sounding tones to transmit whenever you want to annoy everyone. Just perfect for when the kids get a hold of the radio or after you've had a few beers. The radio has a power on password option, meaning that you can lock the radio with a password. However, regarding the password, the manual says, and I quote, "If forget password, contact dealer." To me, this does not sound promising, so act accordingly. And yes, most important of all, this radio does have a Roger beep. However, it does not have a side tone for the Roger beep. This means that when you transmit, you cannot hear the Roger beep. Only the people receiving your signal will be able to hear that you are demonstrating your radio superiority with your Roger beep. The user manual says that this radio outputs up to 5 watts, so let's test that. And as you can see, on GMRS channel 16, this radio outputs just under 4 watts. And that is consistent across all channels, including the repeater channels. And this radio has just as many FARs as pretty much every single other GMRS Walkie Talkie radio that I have ever tested. So just like every other GMRS radio, when using this radio, your FARs will range from just under 1 mile up to 70 miles or so, depending on what kind of radio you are talking with and what is between you and that other radio. When I was using this radio with good line of sight, meaning that nothing was between me and the other radios, I was able to talk with my friend Conrad, the chef, on his walkie-talkie radio 13 miles away, and I am able to use a repeater that is 69 miles away. However, as I just alluded to, your FARs will vary. Overall, this is a very good, solid radio. However, it is not all rainbows and horseflies in HA1G Radioland. And there are some issues that I would be remiss as a YouTube superstar if I did not point them out. First of all, even though this is not directly related to the radio itself, the Retevis website is perpetrating the lie, the intentional use of misinformation that you can transmit securely by using CTCSS or DCS tones with this radio. The webpage for the HA1G says that when using CTCSS or DCS tones, and I quote, provide multiple channel options for secure communications. And the webpage shows an image with a padlock on the radio, further inferring that you can communicate securely or privately using this radio and CTCSS or DCS tones. Retevis, listen very closely. That is a lie. Using CTCSS or DCS tones does not in any way, shape, or form provide secure communications. Take that bullshit off your website and stop lying to my viewers. Another minor gripe about the radio is, as I mentioned previously, the radio can receive all NOAA channels. However, out of the box, you cannot directly access the weather channels easily. To listen to a weather channel, you first have to go into the menus and select a weather channel to listen to. I guess maybe you could set up a zone for the NOAA channels, then program one of the customizable side buttons to scroll through the zones and select a weather channel. But to do all that just seems like a pain in the bitch. However, the biggest issue, which, granted, will not be an issue for everyone, is that this radio is not chirp compatible, and I am not able to get the Ailunce, Alliance, whatever. I am not able to get the radio software to communicate to my radio on my Windows 11 computer. And 2 seconds on Google indicates that I am not the only person that cannot get the software to work on Windows 11. Now, I am sure that all of the online Windows experts will leave comments proclaiming that's just a driver issue. So to all of you experts about to leave that comment, please sit back down. A grown-up is talking. First of all, when I buy something, I expect it to work. I should not be forced to jump through a bunch of Windows hoops, and I should not have to be a computer expert to make something do what it is already supposed to do. However, because I am a YouTube superstar, in the interest of my viewers, I did jump through all of those Windows hoops and installed the correct drivers, as indicated on the Ailunce, Alliance, whatever, on their website, and it still does not work. So if, like hundreds of millions of other people, you use Windows 11, beware that you might have trouble with the software for this radio. However, in all fairness, it is also important to remember that the software is not required to use this radio, because out of the box, this radio has all of the 22 GMRS channels and the standard 8 repeater channels pre-programmed, so you can just take it out of the box, turn it on, press the trigger button, and start talking. And as far as I'm able to see, you can do everything, at least everything that is actually important, directly on the keypad without the need for the software. So should you purchase a new Ailunce HA1G GMRS radio? My friend, if you are looking for a solid, waterproof GMRS Walkie Talkie with the USB-C charging, a color screen that actually works in bright sunlight, and comes with one of the largest batteries available, then yes, buy it now.